I don't want to have dark glasses on. I'm sorry.
So I hope there's no permanent damage or anything.
No. It's all right. It was just an accident.
Okay. All right.
Anyway, welcome. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let me make sure I'm streaming. I am. Let me post this out there. That's good. Like that picture? That was from last year. Isn't that beautiful? That's a real shot. Sometimes when you face west, it's crazy how beautiful the sky can be.
It looks like a nice sunset.
Isn't it beautiful? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll send you some of mine.
Okay. Well, the subway trains below are so New York, and every Broadway show is so New York. Each high-rise is a feat, the vibe just can't be beat. Every cuisine you eat is so New York. Bagels in this town are so New York. The coffee carts around are so New York. The view that you will see landing at Kennedy is unequivocally so New York. So very chic, so elemental, she's so unique and quintessential. Museums everywhere are so New York. Dressing debonair is so New York. The affectatious poise of all those girls and boys, and all that traffic noise is so New York. Museums everywhere are so New York. Dressing debonair is so New York. The affectatious poise of all those girls and boys, and all that traffic noise is so New York. So very chic, so elemental, she's so unique and quintessential. Museums everywhere are so New York. Dressing debonair is so New York. The affectatious poise of all those girls and boys, and all that traffic noise is so New York. It can be so divine to saunter then dine, order a fancy wine to uncork. We'll have a lovely time, forever yours and mine. So sublime and so New York. Thank you so much. It's my song, So New York. Hey, Joan. Hey, Rudolph. Squidge.
I was muted. Hi there.
Hi there. You know, Ron, before Elias asked you, he just got to you first, just so you know.
I actually asked him first, and he quickly agreed, and I think I'm the only second generation survivor.
Well, it's funny. I mean, it's nothing funny about it. It's interesting that we're reaching the point where for Yom HaShoah, unfortunately, it will have to be, the children
Correct.
of survivors,
I mentioned that. I don't know if you read what I wrote, but I do mention that.
Ron, I am too second generation.
Yeah. So that's
Warsaw Ghetto. So, yeah.
We're a Hungarian family.
Well, anyway, I'm going to sing a few more songs. And, This is an interesting look, right? Two sets of glasses. I don't have sunglasses that are prescription, so if I just put on sunglasses, I can't see anything. It's not the pale moon that excites me. It thrills and delights me. Oh no, it's just the nearness of you. It isn't your sweet conversation that brings this sensation. Oh no, it's just the nearness of you. When you're in my arms and I feel you close to me, all my wildest dreams come true. I need no soft lights to enchant me if you'll only grant me the right to hold you ever so tight and to feel in the night the nearness of you. It isn't your sweet conversation that brings this sensation. Oh no, it's just the nearness of you. When you're in my arms and I feel you close to me, all my wildest dreams come true. I need no soft lights to enchant me if you only grant me the right to hold you ever so tight and feel in the night the nearness of you. Oh yeah. Hey, Sephora. Steve, how are you doing? Were you in touch with who we talked about?
Yes.
Good.
Not only that, but she's going to be tutoring my grandchildren too.
Love it. Oh, really? Really?
And, you know.
All right. Good. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. Here's Rabbi Shari. Al, how are you? Hey, Mom. Isaac. All right. Let me do another song.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Love is funny, isn't it? Or it's sad, isn't it? Or it's quiet, or it's mad. Of course, I wouldn't know about that. It's a good thing boring or it's bad, but beautiful, beautiful to take a chance, and if you fall, you fall. And I'm thinking I wouldn't mind at all. Love is tearful or it's gay. It's a problem or it's play. It's a heartache either way, but beautiful. And I'm thinking, if you were mine, I'd never let you go. And that would be but beautiful, I know. Beautiful to take a chance, and if you fall, you fall. And I'm thinking I wouldn't mind at all. Love is tearful or it's gay. It's a problem or it's play. It's a heartache either way, but beautiful. And I'm thinking, if you were mine, I'd never let you go. That would be beautiful, I know. Rebecca Wallace Keane, a famous songwriter, James Earl Keane. Are you guys related? All right. Lori. Hi, how are you? Tomomo Saito? Tomomi, excuse me.
Hello.
Me. I can't, but
Hello.
Hello.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Hey, Jeff. How are you?
Okay, how are you, Rabbi?
Okay. Okay. Let's see what's going on with this here. All right. Ba-da-dee, ba-da-dum. Ba-da-dee, ba-da-dum. Ba-da-dee, ba-da-dum. Where's that other one? Sorry, I'm just checking something. All right. Dinah. Is there anyone finer in the state of Carolina? If there is and you know her, show her to me, Dinah. With her Dixie eyes blazing, how I love to sit and gaze into the eyes of Dinah Lee. every night. Why do I shake with fright? Because my dynamite change her mind about me. Dinah, if she wandered to China, I would hop an ocean liner just to be with Dinah Lee. I would. Rabbi Ruthie, how are you? Good to see you. All right. Thought I heard your footsteps behind me, but when I turned around, you were gone. Were you gaslighting me? How cruel could you be? Oh, 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 oh. It's one of mine. Thought I heard you say you'd always love me, but now you're telling me you never did. If you're gaslighting me, how heartless could you be? Oh, oh, oh. Deep inside, I can hide all the pain I feel from the one who betrayed my heart. But outside I've tried not to ever reveal, no, no, that I knew. You have lied from the start. If it's my destiny to be deceived by you and pay the price for something I have never done, go on and gaslight me. I'm in love and can't get free, and I don't care if I live or die. Oh, were you gaslighting me? How cruel could you be? Oh, 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 oh. Deep inside, I can hide all the pain that I feel from the one who betrayed my heart. But outside I have tried not to ever reveal how I knew you have lied from the start. If it's my destiny to be deceived by you and pay the price for something I have never done, go on and gaslight me. I'm in love and can't get free, and I don't care if I live or die. Oh, 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 oh. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. If you come to a gig, you could hear that live. Oh boy. All right. How about I got time for one or two more? How about really? How about we put on a happy face? Gray skies are gonna clear up. You know it's funny. What is this from? This isn't from. It's Donald O'Connor, but is it from Singing in the Rain? I'm not sure. But have any of you watched Singing in the Rain lately? It's unbelievable how poorly that in my opinion, how poorly that film is aged. It's completely misogynistic and it's so lost. And it's but the numbers are good. The music is good. But it's so funny how times have changed. I mean, really, really changed. Debbie Reynolds was the good little girl. That's great. It's completely nuts. Gray skies are gonna clear up. Put on a happy face. See, you don't see me not having a happy face, do you? Brush off the clouds and cheer up. Put on a happy face. Take off that gloomy mask of tragedy. It's not your style. You look so good that you'll be glad you decided to smile. Take out a pleasant outlook. Slap on a noble chin. Wipe off that full of doubt look. Slap on a happy grin. Spread sunshine all over the place. Put on a happy face. Ba-dee-dum-doo-doo-doo-dee-dum. Ba-dum-dee-dee-dee-dee. Ba-dum-doo-dee-doo-dee-doo. Yeah, put on a happy face. Take off that gloomy mask of tragedy. It's not your style. You look so good that you'll be glad you decided to smile. Take off that gloomy outlook. Whoop, a noble chin. Wipe off with that full of doubt look and slap on a happy grin and spread sunshine all over the place. Put on a happy face. Come on, Squidge. Put on a happy face. Put on a happy face. That's right, Bob. You're right. That's right. Dick Van Dyke is still kicking. Crazy. God bless him. All right. Quick one. Hi, this is it. It's a good one. Hey, Coleman, Rabbi Goldberg. Oops, I better play the right chords. Soon it's gonna rain. I can feel it. Soon it's gonna rain. I can tell. Soon it's gonna rain. What are we gonna do? Soon it's gonna rain. I can feel it. Soon it's gonna rain. I can tell. Soon it's gonna rain. What'll we do with you? We'll find 4 limbs of a tree. We'll build 4 walls and a floor. We'll bind it over with leaves and duck inside to stay. Then we'll let it rain. We'll not feel it. Then we'll let it rain, rain, pell-mell, and we'll not complain if it never stops at all. We'll live and love within our own 4 walls. We'll build 4 limbs of a tree. We'll find 4 walls and a floor. We'll bind it over with leaves, then duck inside to stay. And then we'll let it rain. We'll not feel it. Then we'll let it rain, rain pell-mell, and we'll not complain if it never stops at all. We'll live and love within our own 4 walls. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining with me. And it's a great pleasure now. There he is, Rabbi Elias. Let me make you the co-host. Good for you. There you go. Alicia, how are you? Long time no see. Okay. All right, Rabbi. Thank you. It's all yours.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Thank you, Rabbi Steve. And I want to start off this. Today is going to be a heavy service because we're going to do a commemoration of Yom HaShoah, which begins on Monday at the end. So to start the service, it's very important we take a big inhale And with a big exhale, we give all of us a big hug. Say, I love you. If you're in the room with someone you love, if you're in the room with someone you don't love, say, I love you. Just give everyone in your whole world a giant warm embrace from all of us, because it's about celebrating life tonight. So with that, I would like to invite, let me get the service going up here, Rabbi Blaine. Without having to follow the music at all, would you like to start us off with Bim Bam, please?
Bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam, bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom.
And Shabbat Shalom to Rabbi Shush in East Tennessee. Shabbat Shalom, Rav. You had a lovely service yesterday. Thank you for including me.
Oh, thank you. Shabbat Shalom.
Would you like to continue for us?
Of course. Hine ma tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov, shevet achim gam yachad.
Rabbi Blaine, Maya Fe Hayom, if you would.
Ma yafe hayom, Shabbat shalom, ma yafe hayom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat Shabbat shalom, Shabbat Shabbat shalom, Shabbat Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom.
May the soul of everything alive, Adonai, bless your name, our God, and the spirit of all flesh glorify and exalt your name forever. O sovereign, transcending space and time, you alone are God, and we have no sovereign besides you.
Nishma kol chai, tivarech et shimcha, Adonai Eloheinu. V'ruach kol basar, tifaer u'tromein, Zichrecha Malkeinu, Malkeinu Tamid. Nishma Kol Chai Tivarech Et Shimcha Adonai Eloheinu.
For the candles this evening, I wanted to just double check. Does anyone see Rabbi Galit? Is she here? I offered it to her if she were here. I don't see you here, Rabbi. We're sending all of our love to you. Rabbi Shush, would you like to do the candles in their stead?
Absolutely. Take a deep breath and bring the light to our eyes. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
May the Lord protect and defend you. May the Lord shield you from shame. May you come to be in Israel a shining name. May you be like Ruth and like Esther. May you be deserving of praise. Strengthen us, O Lord. Keep us from the stranger's ways. May God bless you, grant you long lives. May God make you good husbands and wives. May the Lord protect and defend you. May the Lord preserve you from pain. Favor us, O Lord, with happiness and peace. Oh, hear our Sabbath prayer. Amen.
And with that chord, we welcome in the angels, the malachim, all of the goodness in our lives, all the goodness in each other. We welcome in with Shalom Aleichem. Rav Shush, would you like to do this for us this evening?
Absolutely. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem leShalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem leShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
In every service, I feel like there's a point when at least I spiritually get it. I wake up and there's Shabbat in my heart. And for me, that was right now, as Rabbi Shush, specifically in the second verse. I felt that in my core, Rabbi. And I saw several other of you. I saw Brady with the hands a little bit. I saw a few other people really starting to. So, setting intentions to welcome the angels really does work. And then when you have Rabbi Shush do it, it's incredible. Speaking of incredible, across the ocean in Japan, let me start the share again. I would like to welcome Rabbi Sherry Joy Berman. Would you like to Lechadodi for us?
Yes. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat kala, Pene Shabbat nikavela. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, Pene Shabbat nikavela. Shamo v'zachor b'dibur echad, Hishmiyanu el hameyuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, L'shem u'tiferet eliti la 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 la, Lecha dodi, likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nikavela. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nikabela. Do we have the second page?
No, just the first page. Tonight.
Okay, all right.
Thank you, Rabbi. From me to you, one side of the Pacific to another. Thank you for shaking my
Thank you.
alive.
And when we did that in Hawaii, we told them they could look anywhere they thought the Shabbat bride was coming from, and most people figured she was coming out of the ocean.
That would make sense. She probably did. Rabbi Blaine, would you continue our psalms for us with Lechuna Ranana?
Lechuna Ranana, L'Adonai. Lechuna Ranana, L'Adonai. Naria, Litzur Yishenu, Lechuna Ranana, L'Adonai. Let us sing to Adonai. Let us rejoice in our Creator. Let us greet God with thanksgiving, singing psalms of praise. Lechuna Ranana, L'Adonai. Hashamayim, Yismachu Hashamayim, Yismachu Hashamayim, V'tagel haaretz, Yiram hayam, Umelo, Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, Umelo, Yismachu Hashamayim, Yismachu Hashamayim, V'tagel haaretz.
Amen. Whoa. I feel much cooler just listening to that.
Sure it's not my glasses?
It might be. Rabbi, would you continue when you're ready? This is actually Rabbi Blaine's original melody of the psalm that includes Adonai Lama B'Hu Yashar.
Adonai Lama B'Hu Yashar, Vayeshev Adonai Melech Leolam, Adonai Oz Le'amo Yitain, Adonai Yivarech et Amo Vashalom, 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 Vashalom. Adonai Yevarech, Yevarech et Amo, Vashalom. Adonai Yevarech, Yevarech et Amo, Vashalom.
Shalom. With shalom that comes from the guitar of Rabbi Blaine into the hearts of everyone here, everyone listening to the recording, I feel, this Shabbat is really connecting us right now. I feel it. Speaking of connecting us, the last time I saw Alicia in Seattle, you were hiding in a closet. So now, in honor of you not being in that closet, I'm talking of a physical closet, would you like to read the English of the Baruch for us this evening?
Sure. Bless the Eternal, the Blessed One. Blessed is the Holy Presence, the Blessed One forever.
Amen. Rabbi Blaine, would you give us the Hebrew?
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach, Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim. Baruch atah Adonai ha-ma'ariv aravim.
Amen.
Now for the Shema, I would like to invite Ron Chislak. Did I say that? I'm sorry. Did I say it right? Let me see. Chilak.
Chillax, just like chill out.
Chill out. Dr. Ron, how about that?
Dr. Ron works. I used that for 40 plus years.
Dr. Ron, would you Shema for us this evening?
Of course. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Ve'avta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavcha v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol meodecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha u'vidibartam ba'am v'shiftecha b'veitecha uvleftecha v'derech ushoftecha uvkumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotofot beineinecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha. Adonai Elohechem Emet. Rabbi Shush, would you continue with the Micha Mocha? Rabbi, you're still muted.
I hit the button, it didn't unmute. I'm so sorry. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai. Mi kamocha neda b'kodesh. Norat tehilot osefele. Norat tehilot osefele. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya 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 la 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 la.
Amen. I felt it. I felt us dancing to Miriam's drum. Rabbi Blaine, would you continue for us?
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Shalom V'hamidenu malkeinu l'chaim Ufros aleinu Sukat shalomecha V'takanenu b'etza tova milfanecha V'hoshienu L'man shemecha Ufros aleinu sukat shalomecha Baruch atah Adonai Ha'porei sukat shalom aleinu V'al kol amo Yisrael V'al Yerushalayim V'shamru b'nei Yisrael HaShabbat La'asot et HaShabbat Dorotam b'rit olam Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael od hi le'olam Ki sheished yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz Uvayom hashavi shavat vayinafash Shavat vayinafash Ve'shamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot Et HaShabbat לדורותם ברית עולם יתגדל ויתגדש שמי רבה ועלמא דברך חירותי וימליך מלכותי בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל בגלה בגלה ובזמן קריב ויאמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבא מבורך לעולם עולם אלמיה יתברך יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשא בריחו לעילא מן כל ברכתה ושכינתה תושבחתה ונחמתה תמירן בעלמא ויאמרו אמן.
Amen. That was so good it inspired a quick kippah change. So we're now going to continue with the Amidah. I welcome back Rabbi Sherry Joy Berman. Would you start us off, please?
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Holy One, open our lips that our mouths may declare your glory. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avotenu v'imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel ve'Elohei Leah האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומר חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, the slightest switch, וזוכר ואימהות, מביא בני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיח ומגן. ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם, בעזרת שרה, אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיח, מחלחל מוריד הטל, מחלחל חיים בחסד, מחיים הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומתאמן לך, מלך ממית ומקיים ומצמיע ישועה, ונאמנת להיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי המתים.
Please continue in silence for the rest of the Amidah.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל, אמרו אמן.
Amen. I'm going to stop the share for a second. Oh, big hug to everybody here. Look at this big room of people. Wow. This makes me happy. This makes me very, very happy to see. Not only because it's nice to see, but because we're about to do the prayer for healing, the Misha Berach. And the more people we have in the synagogue with the intention to send all of this love we're feeling, all of this joyousness, all of this light energy out in the world, the more powerful it is. So I'm going to ask Rabbi Blaine, when you're ready, if you'd like to play behind as I read the names of everyone who you want to send healing energy to in the Zoom. If you want to write their names in the chat, if you want to say their names out loud, after which I'm going to ask Rabbi Blaine to sing Misha Berach for us. I'm thinking of my Granny Franny. She just had her last week of chemo. I love you so much, my Granny. And also my cousin Willow. Rabbi Ruthie is sending her healing energy to Randy Marcus and Harold Zellman, to Johanna and to Yvonne from Squidget. And we're also sending healing energy out to Robert, Rabbi Marie, Kosher Biker, James R., Ravine B, Tanya M, and Shona S. To Peru McGuire, Ellen Friedman, and Rabbi Steve. To all who suffer PTSD. To Olivia, Evan, Anastasia. To David Ben-Leah, to Miyuki Kojima, to all who are suffering physically, emotionally, and spiritually around the world, to Dorothy, Marlene, and Jean, David, John, Robert, and for Callie Kitty, for all the children of Ukraine, from Jeff and Lynn, to Brady, from Brady to his father, Ian Felling, and my Granny Franny, and all who need healing. Rabbi Sher, I'll come back to you so you can say your own list. To Barbara Slavin, to Bob in Colorado, to Ellen, to Renee, to Chava Bat Elsa, to Pearl Bat Ethel, to David, to Thomas David Ben Catherine, Ziona Bat Chava, survivors of violence and natural disasters from Ziona, those with COVID, and all Sim Shalomers who need healing. To Rabbi Galit, to Damar Hamlin, to Granny Franny again, thank you, to Janice, to Amy, because she has surgery on Wednesday. We're wishing all of the healing energy in the world, Amy. We love you. To Rabbi Steve, Ellen Rose, and Ellen Friedman. To Perry Ben Betty, to Bill Ben Ann, Bill Ben Bea, Marlene Barchaya, to Rabbi Blaine and Amy and Bob in Colorado. To Rabbi Galit and Brady's dad. And to Richard Ben Sylvia, to Bea Bat Etta, and to Rabbi Galit again. To Etoile Jacques, to all those who need healing. To Dana, Tom, and Mark. To Al Clemens' wife, Tracy. To Fiona's husband, and his friend Molly's dog, Sammy, and all the people in a rollover crash that he just passed on the highway. To all Steve Shalomers in need of refuah shlema. Rabbi Sherry, would you like to read your list?
Yes. Aliyah Leah Batsara, Sarah Batsara, Joby Alvarez, and Rabbi Allison's daughter, Jennifer Mary Cooper.
And Rabbi Shush.
Yes, thank you. Gabriel Eitan Ben Rachel Tikva Bat Sima Sarah, and Bradley Ben Betty.
And Rabbi Blaine.
Rabbi Galit, Isaac, and Frank. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
And with that, we send all of our healing energy out from our bodies, from every cell of our being. A very wise man once told me that every cell in your body hears every thought in your head. Turn that around. Can you imagine how powerful all of the thoughts right now are for all the cells in every body who was just mentioned, all of the healing energy in the universe right now that we're facilitating? This is a very important moment of our service, and thank you for being part of it. I would like to now invite Rabbi Shush Carson to count the Omer for us, since Passover is over and we are marching to the Promised Land.
Wow. Okay, thanks. I actually made challah today. It was an amazing thing. Each evening after dark, we count the Omer. We say the blessing and the appropriate formula for the day. This calendar is to help us assure the proper count is kept. A full text for explanation and the counting of the Omer is found in your Siddur. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sivrat ha'omer. We praise you, Adonai, our God, master of time and space, whose commandments add holiness to our lives, who commanded us to count the Omer. Today is day number 9 of the Omer. Hayom hashvi. There's no vowels. Hayom hashvi. Yimam.
It's actually not even
Tisha
Tisha.
Yamim. Yeah.
My bad. I'm sorry, Rabbi.
Sorry.
Hayom Tisha Yamim Shehem Shavua Achat Shnei Yamim LaOmer. That's not actually right, is it? Oh, it is right. I got it right. I was doing this so fast, I didn't even find one for the vowels, but I do think that it is
1 week and 2 days.
1 week and 2 days.
1 week and 2 days. Absolutely. Thank you.
Of course, Rabbi. Thank you. And actually, Rabbi Shush, would you like to continue with the Aleinu for us?
Of course. עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
Amen. Thank you, Rabbi Shush. We continue now with our Yom HaShoah ceremony. Just for a little bit of background for those who don't know, Yom HaShoah is Holocaust Remembrance Day. It occurs on the 27th day of Nisan, which is this Hebrew month, and which is next Monday evening, but we're going to celebrate it a little bit in advance. Shoah in Hebrew means catastrophe or utter destruction, whereas Holocaust comes from the Greek origin, meaning sacrifice by fire. Both refer to the atrocities committed against the Jewish people during World War II, the 6 million Jews who were murdered simply for being Jewish. As bad as we think it was so much worse. The systematic starvation, public humiliation, the unimaginable torture and murdering of mothers in front of their children, ripping children apart in front of their own parents, and then forcing fathers to build the engines of trucks that were then outfitted so exhaust pipes went into the trailer so that it became the ultimate killing, as well as the ultimate driving machine. It was a systematic effort to wipe out an entire population from the face of Earth. Even today, almost 80 years later, there are fewer Jews on the planet now than there were before the Holocaust happened. In some places, such as Vilnius, Lithuania, where my great-grandfather came from, over 95% of the Jewish population was massacred and their property stolen over the 3-year German occupation, which was largely due to widespread apathy and collaboration by their non-Jewish neighbors. Yom HaShoah gives us a chance to reflect together on this immeasurable loss. In many communities, including ours, Sim Shalom, observe Yom HaShoah with presentations from Holocaust survivors and their children. But we know the more time passes, public knowledge about the Holocaust diminishes. This reality, along with the frightening rise in anti-Semitism and hate-based violence and fascist speech, which we are currently witnessing, reminds us that never again is not guaranteed. Thus, this Yom HaShoah, we are also honoring a young person who took it upon herself to study the Holocaust. Connecting the dots between the Holocaust and today brings meaning to that history, and it honors the testimony of survivors. And on that note, I would like to share a video of survivors giving a little bit of testimony. Let me get that up here. This is from facinghistory.org. I have to reshare that and allow for sound.
Of who I am, just as
We didn't talk about it because the first thing when we came after the war, people told you, don't tell anything what happened. That's past and that should be forgotten. Somehow, I don't want it to be forgotten. It's the memory of my family, of my parents who perished, and I think the children, especially my family, should know about their great-grandparents. They were beautiful human beings and happy and good people, and they were murdered. And I would answer every question and tell them about it.
What my main purpose was, and that I really found that really Facing History fulfilled that my needs and intentions very well, was that I wanted to give testimony to what occurred.
I also feel it's important to speak because I hope that my story touches and inspires others to become aware of the dangers of hatred and discrimination and racism. And I hope that after people hear me, they will be able to stand up to any type of injustice that they come across.
I find that the impact we have on the students is really along many different ways that the students look at it. And there are students that are proud to know that they can make a difference themselves by speaking up and not allowing injustice happen. And I think that I get as much energy from talking to the students as they get information from me. Some of the teachers, I've been going to the same school for 27, 28 years, and they become like part of my family. I'm still in touch with some teachers who had retired a long time ago, and I'm not planning on retiring yet.
That since we are witnesses to some of the most horrific murders committed against innocent people, that it was up to us to tell the truth and to make sure that we handle the torch of memory to our younger generation, because the years go by and the number of survivors is diminishing very, very fast. My daughter, Marilyn, and my grandson, and my son-in-law, who is also a child of a survivor, they feel that responsibility, they can deal with it.
Yeah, I think that it's even expected of me to share the stories, and it's something that I definitely want to do and think that I should, because soon I'm gonna have to be the one to pass on the stories, and I realize that, and I want to do it.
History is my favorite subject in school, and I just like learning about that the most, and I think that's mostly from them telling me their stories all my life.
I do feel it's important to keep the stories alive because, unfortunately, they won't always be here, even though we want them to. But if we don't keep the stories alive, we're just gonna make the same mistakes in blank years.
I feel it's a responsibility now, but it doesn't feel burdensome. What I've gotten from speaking with my mom is I've seen how many people she's touched. And when we speak together, we're always very moved when we go to leave. There's always at least a couple kids that come up to us, and they're so grateful. And I know that I feel that if I can spark one kid to make a better choice or to make a deeper inquiry into who they are, then I feel grateful that my mother's passed that on to me, and hopefully that I've, passed that on to my kids. But the truth is, I don't remember when my mother first told me her story. I don't know if I was 2 or 5 or 10. I just know that it's part of my mother's story is part of the fabric of who I am, just as it's now part of the fabric of who my children are, and all the people that were responsible for saving my mother. All those people are a big part of who I am now.
It's very important for the student to listen to a survivor, to see a human being acknowledge that it really happened and I was there. And that's, again, something that worries all of us because we're not going to be there all the time.
You are now, having heard me, you are now the next generation. I'll be gone shortly, soon anyway, but you have to carry the message over. You've heard it, you can relate it, and I think that is Facing History does a wonderful and fills an important role for that.
It makes me feel very good that I make a difference.
So we will continue now with our Yom HaShoah service. The Yom HaShoah liturgy begins with remembrance and prayer and concludes with a reaffirmation of faith. Likewise, at the beginning of the service, I changed that before so the heart of the Yom HaShoah service tonight, we will be doing readings and singing songs and symbolically lighting 6 candles to honor the memories of the 6 million Jews who were murdered in the Shoah. So with that, I would like Rabbi Blaine, would you honor us by symbolically lighting this first candle? And afterwards, thank you. And the readings we have next are for you, Rabbi.
We remember things so difficult to contemplate. Death, mass murder, the combined tears of 6 million of our brothers and sisters, young and old alike. The boundless cruelty within the human heart. What is life like when human beings are denied all respect and dignity? When a tyrant believes that in his hands are the life and death of a people who are subhuman in his eyes. We remember things so very difficult to contemplate. Arya Weinman. Ani mahamin, ani mahamin, ani mahamin, be'emunah shlema, be'emunah shlema. Beviat HaMashiach, Beviat HaMashiach, אני מאמין בביאת המשיח, בביאת המשיח אני מאמין, אני מאמין, אני מאמין, אני מאמין, אני
And now we light the second candle. Rabbi Sherry, would you read the next reading for us?
How does one mourn 6 million people who died? How many candles does one light? How many prayers does one recite? Do we know how to remember the victims, their solitude, their helplessness? They left us without a trace, and we are their trace. Elie Wiesel.
Thank you, Rabbi. And I call back Rav Blaine for birdsong, please.
This was a song that was found at the Terezin concentration camp. The lyrics were found, then it was set to music. He doesn't know the world at all, stays within his nest and won't come out. He doesn't know what birds know best, nor what I want to sing about. What I want to sing about, what I want to sing about, what I want to sing about is that the world is full of loveliness. Open up your heart to beauty. Go to the woods someday and weave a wreath of memories there. And if the tears obscure your way, 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 you will know how good it is to be alive.
We light the third candle. True, we are often too weak to stop injustices, but the least we can do is to protest about them. True, we are too poor to eliminate hunger, but in feeding one child, we protest against hunger. True, we are too timid and powerless to take on all the guards of all the political prisons in all the world, but in offering our solidarity to one prisoner, we denounce all of their tormentors. True, we are powerless against death, but as long as we keep one man, one woman, one child live one longer in safety and dignity, we affirm man's right to live. Elie Wiesel.
עושה שמיים והארץ, עזרי מעם השם. עושה שמיים והארץ, I will lift my eyes toward the mountains. Where will my help come from? Where will it be? My help is from the one creator of heaven, creator of heaven and earth. My help is from the one creator of heaven, creator of heaven and earth. Esaenai el harim, me'ayin me'ayin yavo ezri. Esaenai el harim, me'ayin me'ayin yavo ezri.
Rabbi, can I ask a question? Rabbi,
Yes, Amy. Let's wait for questions until after the service, okay, Amy? Because now it's time to light the fourth candle, which we are doing now. And for the reading for the fourth candle, I would like to invite Bob. Would you do this reading for us by Hannah Senish?
There are stars whose light reaches the earth only after they themselves have disintegrated. And there are individuals whose memory lights the world after they have passed from it. These lights shine in the darkest night, and illumine for us the path. Hannah Sanesh.
Thank you, Bob. Rabbi Blaine, would you read, before you sing the song, I'll read the quote that was found on a wall of a cellar in Cologne, Germany. I believe in the sun, even when it is not shining. I believe in love, even when not feeling it. I believe in God, even when God is silent.
Eli, Eli, שלא ייגמר לעולם. החול והים, רשרוש של המים, ברק השמיים, תפילת האדם. החול והים, רשרוש של המים, ברק השמיים, תפילת האדם. O Lord, my God, don't let these things ever end. The sand and the sea, the rushing of the waters, the crash of the heavens, the prayer of the heart, the sand and the sea, the rush of the waters, the crash of the heavens, the prayer of the heart.
We now light our fifth candle. A silent scream lost in time. A shadow play in the dark. So many people lost now. Who can speak up for them? Shall I whisper in your ear? Can I shout in the street? Stand up and be counted. But who can speak out for them? Burial pits for broken lives. Never again can this happen. Broken up, no more dreams. I tell you now, never again. Now I invite Sephora. I have asked to do a reading for us now, to write for us. Sephora, are you here?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Okay, whenever you're ready.
All right. Hi, everyone. So Rabbi Elias asked me to talk about what Yom HaShoah means to me. I started studying the Holocaust more deeply after I read Hitler in LA a few years ago, which was about Nazis in the 1930s that had come to the United States to try to spread propaganda. And they set up a bookshop in Hollywood across from Grauman's Chinese Theater, where I used to work. And they even tried to stage a January 6th style attack, but luckily their efforts were thwarted. And then I started reading more books, and then I started watching the videos and the images, and I started watching survivor stories through the USC Shoah Foundation. And I was surprised at how ugly all the details of what happened were. In school, we only learned about the gas chambers and the crematoriums. And so it kind of reminded me of how ugly things were in the Deep South. But people even today don't really know how bad it was unless you have grandparents that lived there. And so learning about the Holocaust made me want to explore Judaism more. And I moved back to LA in 2021 and began conversion classes at American Jewish University. And the more I learned about Judaism in my conversion classes, I knew I found a home.
Indeed. Welcome home. Now we continue with the fifth candle. Actually, 6. I can count. There was no math class in rabbinical school.
We'll add that.
Okay. And for the fifth candle, I would like to invite Rabbi Blaine to do a reading before I invite Ron Chillag to speak on behalf of being a child of survivors. Rabbi Blaine, whenever you're ready.
We talk about them because we're proud. We talk about them because they deserve to be remembered. We talk about them because even though they are not physically with us, they are never far from our mind. We talk about them because they are part of us, a part that we could never ignore or disown. We talk about them because we love them still and always will. Nothing will ever change that.
Now I invite Ron. Dr. Ron, would you please share your words with us this evening?
Of course. Shabbat Shalom. My name is Dr. Ron Chillag. Monday evening, April 17th, begins Yom HaShoah this year, continuing into Tuesday the 18th. This is the day that we mourn and commemorate the 6 million Jews murdered by the Nazis and their allies. We also honor and recognize the survivors of the Nazi regime. As time passes, the survivors of the Shoah or Holocaust decreases through the aging process. The only survivors still alive today with any real memory of the Nazi horrors are age 85 and up, as any younger survivors who miraculously lived through the concentration camps as infants have little memory of these events. I am a second-generation survivor. The responsibility to tell the story of those murdered and the survivors has fallen on the second-generation survivors, such as myself, my wife, my brother and cousins, our children, and our nieces and nephews. It is not only our responsibility to educate and protect all people, regardless of religion, race, creed, or sexual orientation, to these horrors, but to also try to make sure through the education process that such evil behavior never happens again. Many protests of prejudice in the world include the chant of never again. These are not just hollow words, but a promise we must make now and to future generations that the world will not stand idly by while people are enslaved and murdered. During the Shoah, not one nation on earth stepped up and protested the mass killing and enslavement of Jews and other minorities. The United States, under the leadership of President Franklin Roosevelt, turned away the ship, the SS St. Louis, whose passengers were over 900 European Jews with nowhere to go in 1939. The ship was forced to return to Europe as no nation wanted the Jews. Most of the ship's passengers were eventually Nazi victims. When Jewish groups in the United States begged President Roosevelt to blow up the train tracks leading to the death camps, he also refused. The world watched in silence as Jews were killed in gas chambers and bodies burned in crematoriums. My father was 15 years old when taken by the Hungarian Arrow Cross and handed over to the Nazis, along with 3 siblings under the age of 10 and his mother. My father was robbed of his teenage years and forced to perform slave labor in labor camps, along with Bergen-Belsen and Theresienstadt concentration camps. The only way that my father survived was through my father finding ways to steal food on a daily basis. On days when he could not find food to steal, he and his family starved. My father has said that Bergen-Belsen did not need gas chambers, just crematoriums, as the occupants were basically starved and overworked to death. My father-in-law had his entire family murdered in Auschwitz and was left after the war as a sole survivor. He had no gravesite to visit and no days to observe yahrzeits. Former New York City Mayor Ed Koch, who served in World War II as a military attorney, has said that we are all survivors, as the goal of the Nazis was to kill all Jews on earth at that time and for future generations. This means that not only does my family carry this responsibility of ensuring never again, but we all do. In my personal family, I speak as often as possible on this topic, as do my children. My daughter is quoted as having said, "Without the strength and courage of my grandfathers, there would have never been a me." Think about that for a minute. This was a young girl saying that if her grandfathers had not miraculously survived, she would not be here. She is forever grateful for the heroes who are now watching over her. My niece Wendy has taken it a step further, and who is a 3rd-generation survivor, is a Holocaust intolerance educator, teaching hundreds of school children the importance of never again. In Israel on this day, flags are lowered to half-mast, places of public entertainment are closed, and there are public memorial ceremonies. At 10 a.m., a siren sounds and the entire nation stops for 2 minutes of silence. Drivers actually stop and step out of their cars on the highway, and nothing moves. It is said that if we observed a moment of silence for each of the 6 million murdered victims, which was 1/3 of the world's Jewish population, we would be silent from now until 2034, or for 11 years. At this time, I ask each of you to observe a moment of silent reflection and think about the enormity of the crime against humanity. This will be followed by a recitation of the Kaddish prayer, at which time I ask each of you to join us. Yiskadal v'yiskadash shemei rabah, v'yolmoa divrach Yerusei v'yamlich malhusei, v'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei dechal beis Yisrael, v'agala v'zman kori v'imru amen. Yehi shmei rabah mavorach, v'yolam olmei omayo, yisborach v'yishtabach v'yispa'ar v'yisromam v'yisnasei, v'yisadar v'yisalev v'yisalal, shemei dekudesho barichu. Le'elo min kol berchasa v'shirasa, tushbachasa v'nechamasa, damiram v'yalma v'imru amen. Yehi shloma rabba min shemaya, v'chayim olenu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom olenu, V'al kol Yisrael, v'al kol Yoshvei Tevel, v'imru Amen.
Amen.
Amen. And to conclude our Yom HaShoah service, I invite Rabbi Sherry Joy Berman to play the Adon Olam on a ukulele over images of the IDF flying over Auschwitz.
Sorry, just a second here. Adon Olam, Hashem Alach, B'terem kol yitzim nivra, Liet nasa v'chefseko, Azai melech shemo nikra.
Amen. And now we are done with our service. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Big hugs, big smiles. Let me remove pin from Ron. Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom, rabbis.
Shabbat Shalom.
Community. Thank you, Rabbi Elias and Rabbi Shush and Rabbi Shari, and all the rabbis who participated. Rabbi Ruthie, Shush, Shari. Did I miss anybody? Thank you for leading us in such a meaningful service.
Can I ask my question?
Well, we're running late, but what is it, Amy?
A real quick question. Well, I think it was like 2008 when these kids vandalized the stones in our cemetery, like 500 of them. And all they gave them a class was on the Holocaust. I think they should have sat in jail. Personally. I mean, why do they do that? Why us? Don't get it. Why us?
I don't know, Amy. We'll talk about it later. All right. Any other comments, ladies and gentlemen? Just I mean, it's awkward to make a segue, but anybody like to share anything that's really beautiful that happened the past week?
I would. That's all right.
Sure, Squidge.
Well, I had some exciting news. I'm going to be able to go to Glastonbury Music Festival this year, which I'm really excited about. This year we've got Guns N' Roses and Elton John headlining.
Oh wow!
So I'm very excited for that.
Well,
since it's Elton's last year of last tour, so I really hope that I won't be working the night that he's performing. So
that's great.
I'm very excited.
One day I aspire to performing there. So, right. Anyone else? So next week, Rabbi, we have Yom Ha'atzmaut and Yom HaZikaron, I think, right? So we're I don't know what the rabbis have in store for you, but it's going to be brilliant and filled with music and uplifting.
Always full of music. Yes, today is the yearly downer of the services, but it's important that we share the stories. If we had a little more time, we would bring back up the spirit a little bit. But that's what lighting the candles, and when you do the bracha at home, when you go home and you hug your children and your parents, that's when you bring it back up to Shabbat.
So Amen. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, God bless. Thank you so much for joining us. And next week I won't wear these glasses, I hope. So we'll see you then. All right.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, ladies and gentlemen.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Ron.
Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, Ron.
Shabbat
beautiful. And Sephora, beautiful.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Ron. Thank you, Sephora. Thank you, Al, for the honking. Thank you. Thank you to Squidget for sharing your good news. Thank you to Brady. Look at Brady's suit and tie. He showed up.
Nice.
And look, and we have new people too. Hi, Rudolph. Welcome to you
Hello.
and all his books. Thank you. Shabbat
Thank
shalom.
you.
Yeah, welcome.
Shabbat
Rudolph.
shalom.
Yes.
And then also shalom to Jane Chen from Livermore. Welcome. You have a very colorful desk. I'm happy to see you here.
Thank you. Thank you. Shalom. Shalom as well. Thank you.
Shalom. And also to Tomomi. Welcome. Shalom.
Okay.
Shabbat
What a-
shalom.
Such
Shabbat
an
shalom.
international community. It's amazing.
Isn't it wonderful?
Adon Alom was for Tomomi. So.
Okay.
Don Olam was for you, Tomomi. And you know,
you.
the whole world, we get the whole world, a little part of the whole world comes to Sim Shalom services. When I see Sue Bowers down there in Florida,
Yes,
and
she is.
Tomomi in Japan, and Dana, who knows where Dana is? You know,
I am in Monaco.
Dana's in Monaco this week.
Wow.
Great. Rabbi Shush in East Tennessee. I'm here in San Francisco. Rabbi Blaine's in Manhattan. We're all over the world, and together we're literally hugging the whole world when we give each other a big hug.
Best community on the planet. So thank you.
And Rabbi, I did have my book.
Look at you, Pirkei Avot.
Yeah,
There she
had
goes.
It was mushed between two other big books.
Beautiful.
I had it all along.
Beautiful.
I got to read it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, good night. God bless.
All right, you too.
Shalom.
Bye.
See you next time. Bye.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.
You too.
Shabbat shalom. This is low-key my favorite part. Everyone's saying Shabbat Shalom.
I know. Well, and I have my finger on the end button, but I can't do it. I can't bring myself to end it.
Shavua Tov.
Yes, indeed.
Not yet. 24 hours from now. But you know, truck drivers always thinking ahead the next exit.
That's right.
So,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I get weekends off.
There you go.
All right.